welcome to our presentation. Thanks for coming. We're from the American Schools Brasilia, and we're really excited to present to you about our honor code, a way to change ourselves in order to enable ourselves to be the change we want to see in the world. My name is Vidalia Freeman.
I'm Sadie Salazar.
I'm Amanda Coelho.
Okay. So we're going to start you guys off with a little activity. Each of you should have 2 sticky notes in front of you. And so on your first sticky note, you're going to answer this question, what is an honor code? And you just find it in any way you think is right. And then you just write briefly on your sticky note, and you're going to place it here when you're done. And then you'll answer the second question respectively in your second sticky note.
Does anyone need a pen or pencil?
Yeah, we have extra pens and pencils if you need.
So what is an honor code to EAB? Basically, the honor code is a pledge that the students agree that they will abide to, which is a set of values that states that the students at the American School of Brasilia are respectful, act with honor, integrity in all that they say and do, and that the values that the honor code states will become a part of who they are and become part of their identity, as opposed to just staying within the doors of the school.
Okay, so many of you said similar to what we found to be the answer to this question is a set of moral values or rules or systems where we know in our heart is right and how we should conduct ourselves in everyday actions, including academic and non-academic ideas, and that we should be respectful of others and be good characters in general.
Okay. Why is it effective? We found a study by 2 experts, Donald McCabe and Linda Trevino, showing that an honor code is indeed effective in schools. They went to an assorted group of colleges in the U.S., some with an honor code and some without, and tested specific student behaviors to see if having an honor code made a difference. The main behavior they tested was academic dishonesty, such as in the form of cheating. And their study showed 3 main outcomes. The first was that it shifted the mindset of the students. Having an honor code, which is something that they agree to instead of just having it forced upon them, shifts the way they think about values in the school and makes them realize that it is up to them to change their behavior and to act with integrity. This new mindset leads to a set of positive outcomes, such as decreased cheating, and this was proven in their study. However, honor codes go beyond just these academic behaviors. Because of how deeply they affect the mindset of the students, they can become a part of all aspects of the school's culture, including activities and including the school community and the perception of what the school believes in. And so this is very important because when a school is more united around these values, it has more possibilities to expand its effort to improve the community around it.
Okay, so many of you found similar ideas to what we came up with today's question of creating a helpful environment for everyone with the honor code of equal values, and it creates sort of a level playing field for everyone to work and gain knowledge from. So now that we answered these questions, we then wrote our honor code, which we will now present to you now.
Okay. Our honor code at EAB. Could we have a volunteer to read the first sentence of the honor code?
We, as students of the American School of Brasilia, give our pledge to live by the guiding principles of responsibility and respect in all that we say.
Okay. So a couple main things about this. You'll notice that it's a pledge by the students. The students are giving their word that they will abide to this. These 2 main values, responsibility and respect, are very important. Responsibility, as we already kind of talked about, is the students taking it upon themselves to integrate these values. And respect is important in enabling a community where people are able to look at the other people around them and treat them through the eyes of the honor code and see them as people that are capable of living by these values even if they're not. And that is a way that we can develop a safe and inclusive school environment.
This is the second sentence of the honor code. Could we please have another volunteer to read this part?
We understand that these values carry far beyond the classroom environment, affecting not only our peers and the activities we participate in, but who we are and who we will become.
Thank you. So as you can see, two phrases are highlighted: beyond the classroom environment and who we are, because we believe that those are really core values that the Honor Code states. The Honor Code strongly believes that the values that are stated there go far beyond the classroom environment. They become part of who we are, our identity, and part of the school culture. So once you leave the school walls, once you graduate, you'll take the values and to just carry them for your lives, and influence other people's behavior. And so thus they will become part of who we are, and we will evolve into more principles and active culture.
So the next sentence of the Honor Code, if we could have one more volunteer.
We commit to treat all people with compassion, be engaged and collaborative in all aspects of our education, and in all cases, act with honor and integrity.
So this sentence sort of helped us connect our Honor Code to our mission statement at EAB. In our mission statement, there's a key term, whole child. And we take that to mean that we're creating not only good academic students, but also people that you would be willing to work with and have good relationships with that will be productive in their futures.
Okay, the final sentence, one more volunteer. Thank you.
We will uphold these values as the core of our identity and becoming principled individuals who are contributing citizens to society.
So this sentence is just basically stating the outcomes of an honor code when applied effectively. As Amanda spoke about, it becomes part of our identity and enables us to go beyond who we were at school. You'll notice that many of these values in the honor code are things we've talked about at GIN, being compassionate, being engaged. These are things that we need to become contributing citizens to society.
So now that we've had this Honor Code, these are our guiding questions, and if you'll take a second to read them and then have them in mind as we go throughout our presentation, hopefully you'll realize that we're answering this by we're hopefully creating citizens that will in our future be diplomatic and inclusive in school environments. So just take a second to read it and think about them, please.
So now that you've kind of reflected about the questions, we would like to start a true or false game. So we will read a couple statements, and based on your opinion, you will either locate, or you will either move to the left side of the room with Adalia, which is the false side, or Sadie, which is the right side of the room, which indicates true, that the statement is true.
We have a 5-step process we'd like to share with you. First, a group of students looked at the current state of character building in our school, and we saw that it could have some areas for improvement. We currently had the Character Counts program, but we didn't really do very much with it, and it wasn't a part of how students perceive themselves on the campus. So we started the next step. We formed a small student group who discussed and outlined values they thought should be more part of our school institution. We then wrote individual drafts. There were representatives from each grade in our middle and high schools, so that it was for the upper school honor code, and we combined these drafts to form our honor code. So you'll notice that it was a student-led effort throughout the whole process, and this is important because an honor code is not a top-down thing. It is the students agreeing to some values. All right, so after we had written a pledge combining our drafts, we had it approved by our school's leadership team, who suggested some changes such as integrating language from our school's other core documents into the honor code. Okay, step 4. This is probably the most important step of all. If an honor code is just a statement, even if it was written by students, and it's not put into practice, it doesn't do any good at all. It just looks nice on the wall, and it doesn't change the school culture. We have a couple ways that we're trying to integrate our honor code, and we'd like to share those with you.
So first of all, right after the Honor Code was entered, there's a sports tournament called Big 8, and I'm sure some of you might have gone to it at the NE Council. And after the Honor Code was told to the school, We went to the tournament, and once the tournament was over, we sent a survey to the 7 other opposing schools' coaches, and we asked, do you think our EAB students did in fact uphold our honor code values at the tournament? And the response that we received was very positive, and our students were in fact acting on the values beyond the classroom environment and extending all of this culture we have at EAB and our ideas and our strongest values to everything else that we do, not just academics. It was very positive to see.
Okay, we have a couple other ways. As reminders for the students, we have plaques up throughout our School of the Honor Code. When our school was reevaluating its mission and vision statements, it looked at the Honor Code for some ideas of how to develop those. We sign a short honor code before every test that we take, which is just another way to remind students of what they've agreed to. And finally, we want to encourage positive behaviors by having student and teacher nominations for students that have especially demonstrated outstanding commitment to the honor code. And step 5, we're really excited that we can share our honor code with you guys, but we also have a plan to share it with 2 other schools in the Brasilia area. And so we would like to go and present to the students about our honor code, and we're working on having that be something that will happen in the future.
So, now that we mentioned how the honor code is beneficial to EAB, we would like you to think about how an honor code could possibly help your school and improve the environment from the values that are stated in the honor code. And also, if you have an honor code already implemented, it would be nice if you could just write how it betters the school environment.
So you can just work with your tables and write a couple values that you think would be integrated in your honor code, and then when you come up with 1 or 2 that you think are really important, you can come and write them on the board and we'll discuss